Power, wealth, family, three forces that can unite or destroy. But what happens when the one person who holds the key to it all is a stranger no one ever expected? In this week's Top 5 Nollywood Movie Recap, we're diving deep into a whirlwind of emotions, secrets, and power struggles. These films will have you questioning loyalty, betrayal, and the price of power, ready to experience the twist that you won't see coming. But before we jump into it, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, give this video a like, and comment below telling us which movie left you speechless. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Let's get started. Let's start with one of the most emotionally intense dramas to come out of Nollywood this year. A Year with Olivia. This film doesn't just tug at your heartstrings. It pulls them, twists them, and leaves you gasping for breath. The movie begins with the death of Chief Vincent Odenigbo, a powerful patriarch whose will sets off a firestorm of secrets, lies, and betrayals. Olivia, a quiet and seemingly innocent woman, is introduced as the unexpected beneficiary of his vast estate. What makes this even more shocking is that she's a complete stranger to his family. And yet, the chief demands that she live in his house for a full year to inherit his wealth, on the condition that she's treated with respect and kindness. The catch? If anyone mistreats her, the entire family's fortune will go to charity. From this moment, the mansion becomes a battleground. Olivia is thrown into a cruel power struggle, with Adaora, the chief's widow, immediately launching a vicious campaign to rid her of the house. Her rage is palpable. To Adaora, Olivia is nothing more than a stray, and a mistress who has no place in the family's legacy. But, despite the overwhelming hostility, Olivia is forced to stay, and the tension between the family members escalates. Liam, the chief's son, finds himself caught between his loyalty to his mother and his growing admiration for Olivia. But here's where the plot thickens. Liam starts questioning the true nature of Olivia's relationship with his father. Why was she there in his father's final days? And where was Adaora? The questions so mount, and the answers only make things more complicated. Olivia, who never asked for this war, tries to survive each day, but every move she makes is met with suspicion, disdain, and cruelty. The film explores complex themes like family loyalty, betrayal, and the scars that wealth can leave behind. But at its core, it's about a woman who refuses to be broken by a family hell-bent on destroying her. And when the truth finally comes out about the chief's hidden reasons for choosing Olivia, and the shocking revelation about Liam's true parentage, it's a devastating blow that shakes the entire family to its foundation. By the time the credits roll, A Year with Olivia leaves you questioning the price of power, the cost of inheritance, and whether true peace can ever be achieved when secrets fester in the dark. If A Year with Olivia had you questioning family ties and hidden secrets, Scars will pull you into a world where the scars are much deeper, ones that no one can see. Let's see what happens when love is tested by abuse. This is a movie that digs deep into the complexities of domestic abuse and the scars that no one can see. At the heart of the story is Tiwa, a woman who, for years, has endured the emotional and physical abuse of her husband, Leye. The film opens with a chilling portrayal of Tiwa's daily life, where the small victories, like helping her children with their homework, are overshadowed by the constant threat of violence that looms over her household. The power of Scars lies in its raw depiction of the emotional toll of abuse. We see Tiwa as a mother, a wife, a dreamer, but behind every smile, every sacrifice, there's a woman who is breaking under the weight of it all. The film takes us through her past, showing us the years of belittling from her parents and how that early emotional neglect shaped her view of love and self-worth. The tension in her home escalates as her husband's anger grows. At one point, he humiliates her for trying to buy a new house, and another time, he accuses her of neglect after attending a fashion show. Every time Tiwa tries to push for a better life, Leye's toxic masculinity pulls her down. The film's heart-wrenching moments force us to confront the reality of many women trapped in similar cycles of abuse. And just when you think the film can't get more intense, it hits you with a brutal act of violence that leaves Tiwa on the floor, bloodied and bruised, forcing you to ask, how much can a person endure before they break? And while Scars drags you through the agony of abuse, 6 Months of Grace lifts you up, only to shatter your heart with a harsh reality that will leave you breathless. What would you do if you only had 6 months left to live? Let's find out. Few Nollywood films this year have packed as much emotion and raw intensity, and 6 Months of Grace delivers on every front. Uche Montana, in a career-defining role, shines as Toya, a high-powered fashion executive whose seemingly perfect life is ripped apart by a devastating cancer diagnosis. In a heartbeat, the boardroom meetings, the flawless campaigns, and even her engagement to a promising man are overshadowed by the grim reality of only having 3 to 6 months left to live. The clock starts ticking, and everything Toya once took for granted begins to slip through her fingers. But this film is about far more than just illness. It's about how life turns upside down when you're forced to confront mortality head-on. It's about faith and doubt, love and loss, and the unspoken courage of a woman finding her voice when the world around her tells her to be silent. Montana's portrayal of Toya is gut-wrenching and raw, capturing the full range of emotions her character experiences, from denial and fear to the eventual embrace of faith and resilience. Alongside her, Dayemi Okanlawan plays her devoted fiancé, whose love and support for Toya are tested in unimaginable ways. The relationship between Toya and her fiancé is as beautiful as it is heartbreaking. The film explores the complexities of their bond as Toya's illness causes cracks to appear in their once perfect love story. From moments of tender romance to gut-wrenching family clashes, their journey is one of learning how to love deeper and more selflessly, even when the stakes are higher than ever. What makes 6 Months of Grace truly stand out is how it doesn't shy away from the difficult conversations about survival, faith, and the human spirit. Toya's journey is not just about fighting cancer, but about learning to fight against doubt and fear, to find her strength when the world tells her it's over. The film takes us on an emotional ride, with moments that will have you reaching for tissues, as Toya moves from skepticism to unshakable faith, refusing to let her circumstances define her. In the end, 6 Months of Grace isn't just about illness. It's about life, love, faith, and the power of human resilience. Uche Montana's powerhouse performance paired with Deyemi Okanlawan's nuanced portrayal of love and support, makes this film a must-watch. It leaves you reflecting on your own life and what truly matters when time is no longer on your side. In 6 Months of Grace, we saw a woman fighting for her life, but in My Miracle, we enter a world of unimaginable love and sacrifice. When a mother faces the impossible, will she have the strength to forgive in time to save her child? A deeply emotional story that brings us into the world of Bimbo, a mother facing the hardest challenge of her life. Her young daughter Mia's battle with a rare and life-threatening liver disease. The film begins with Bimbo's seemingly ordinary birthday morning, but everything changes when her daughter suddenly collapses. As Bimbo races to understand what's happening to her child, she uncovers a painful truth. Mia's condition is worsening, and time is running out. What truly makes My Miracle stand out is the raw, emotional journey Bimbo undergoes. As her daughter's life hangs in the balance, Bimbo's unresolved anger toward her past, particularly toward Fola, the man she once loved and who betrayed her, resurfaces. She must confront not just her daughter's health crisis, but the wounds of the past to save her future. The film explores themes of love, sacrifice, and forgiveness, as Bimbo must decide if she can forgive Fola for Mia's sake, despite the pain he caused her. The film's emotional weight is carried by the powerful performances from the cast, especially Bimpe Adedimeji as Bimbo, whose heartbreaking journey of healing and redemption will have you reaching for tissues. Ultimately, My Miracle reminds us that sometimes the greatest miracles require us to let go of our anger and embrace forgiveness, no matter how hard it may seem. But if you think My Miracle pulled at your heartstrings, get ready for Hide and Seek, a thriller that will keep you on the edge of your seat. This isn't just about stolen money. It's a game of survival. Are you ready to see who walks away unscathed? Taking the crown this week is Hide and Seek, a nail-biting thriller where one wrong move could cost you everything. It starts with a staggering $8.4 million that vanishes without a trace. One hotel, one night, and too many secrets. Suddenly, every guest becomes a suspect. Every smile hides a lie, and the walls themselves feel like they are closing in. James thought he was just trying to save his fiancée's family, but instead, he's dragged into a deadly game where love and loyalty are weapons, and betrayal comes from the people you least expect. Bankers, politicians, power brokers. Everyone has something to hide and someone to silence. The question is, who will survive when the truth finally comes knocking? This isn't just about stolen money. It's about corruption at the highest levels. Hidden files that could burn an empire to the ground. And a man running out of time to decide. Protect the woman he loves, or expose the darkness consuming his country. Hide and Seek doesn't just entertain. It hits you in the gut. Twists that will make you gasp. Betrayals that sting. And moments so tense you'll forget to breathe. That's why it's #1 this week. Hide and Seek is more than a movie. It's a war of secrets, love, and survival. And once you press play, there's no escape. Hide and Seek isn't just a movie. It's a battle of secrets, loyalty, and survival. With every twist and betrayal, you'll be asking yourself, what would I do if I were in their shoes? And when the truth finally comes out, you won't believe what happens next. If you're craving more intense dramas, shocking twists, and unforgettable performances, make sure to hit that subscribe button now. Like this video if you want more weekly movie recaps, and comment below with your thoughts on this week's list. or tell us which movie had your heart racing. Share this with your movie-loving friends, because the conversation isn't over yet. See you next week for more jaw-dropping Nollywood moments.